Good morning and welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're going to do pinwheel cookies, Christmas pinwheel cookies, red, white, and green. I made them last week for myself, and I had several requests for people. They wanted to know how to do it. It's not that hard, just takes a little bit of time. So here we go. Separate bowl. You want 2 cups of flour. You want a half a teaspoon of baking powder. This is just in a small bowl. And a half a teaspoon of salt. Okay, just sort of mix that together just to get it all combined and set it aside. Now, in my new fancy schmancy mixer. Finally. Okay, in the mixer you're going to mix your butter, which is 12 tablespoons, and that's a stick and a half. Make it at room temperature. Mine was a little cold, so I put it in the microwave for 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Okay. So you want your, I have it too far away, the butter and 3/4 cup of sugar. Okay. So you're going to mix that together until it's nice and fluffy. I'm not used to this yet. Don't forget to hook your bowl in. I'm learning. Much better. Okay, so that's going to mix until it's nice and creamy. And then you're going to add in an egg and your vanilla, which is 1 egg and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Glad it's not flying off. Okay, so this only takes like a minute. Then you're going to add in your 1 egg and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. You want to mix that together real well. Have your flour mixture ready. Can you hear my, you probably can't hear my Christmas music over the mixer. Okay. So now, we're going to add the flour. Now, you can either put it all in at one time or do half of it at a time. You're supposed to do half of it. If you only put half of it, you wouldn't have, little things flying out. Okay. We want this to mix real well. This is going to take a few minutes. Don't forget to scrape your both sides down and everything. Get it mixed real well. And then what you want to do is take your dough and separate it in 3 equal pieces. Do that and we'll be back. Okay, just to give you an idea, I took my dough out, put a little bit of flour on your table. That makes it a little bit easier. You can roll it around. So what you want to do is divide it as close as you can into 3 equal parts. Okay. Now, with each of these parts, you're going to put your food coloring in. Put 1 with green, 1 stays plain, and 1 red. You can also put, make it as dark as you want or as light as you want. It depends on how much food coloring you put in it. Now, you can also put in each of the colors a couple drops of peppermint flavor, peppermint oil. If you're using peppermint oil, maybe just 2 or 3 drops. That gives it just a little bit different flavor. Okay, go ahead, color your dough, and make sure you wash your bowl and your beaters after each one, or you're going to have the colors mixed. So do that, and we'll be back. Okay, so mine's all colored now, all tinted. There's my red, and you want to wrap each one in plastic wrap. My red, green, and my white. Okay, they're all done for now. You want to put this in the refrigerator for 1 hour. So we'll be back. Ready to roll out your dough. Okay, you want to take one of them, take it out of the plastic wrap, and just sort of smash it down a little bit. And you're going to put it, you want to make it into a 10 by 10 square, 10 by 10 inch square. So you want to put it on a piece of parchment, and then put another piece of parchment on top of it. If you don't have parchment, wax paper will also work. Okay, so now you're going to roll it and roll it, which at first it's a little hard because your dough is cold. But once it starts to stick to your parchment paper, it's a little easier to roll it out. Yeah, you just want to keep going around. Try to get it to be a square as much as you can. It'll be fairly thin. It's a workout. Okay, what I do is I'll hold it here. So when you cut your parchment paper, you want it to be at least a foot wide, foot long piece of parchment. So you have some space to work with, but also to hold it down here, because it does make it much easier once you get it softened up a little bit to be able to roll it. Yeah, it's a little difficult, but just take some time, roll it out. And you're going to do this with each color. Each one will be in its separate piece of parchment paper. Yeah, you do use a lot of parchment paper with this recipe. Okay, so we're not going to stand here and watch me struggle. So far, this is what I have. You can actually, if you want to measure it, take a thing, just a little ruler, and just make sure you've got 10 by 10. But try to get it squared, okay? So let's work on all of these, and then we'll be back. Okay, what a workout that was. Okay, I have all 3 of them done. Try to get them into a square. There's the red. And there's the green. Okay, what I do is I just stack them all on a cookie sheet, just like this. Now you're going to put them back in the refrigerator once again, this time for only 30 minutes. Just since you've been working at them, you want to get them to make sure that they're just a little harder now, so that you'll be able to roll it. So 30 minutes, countdown. Okay, so it's been a little more than a half an hour. So what you want to do is take one at a time, very slowly and carefully, peel off the parchment paper. And if you rip it, you just sort of pat it back together again. Okay. Okay. So there's one, and I'm going to set it back on my one piece of parchment paper. Okay. So there's one. You want to put your white in between, so make sure you have that in the center. After you take it, lay it right, but it makes it easier. Lay it right on top of your other one once you take the one layer off. And then start to peel off this layer, but it's already on the green. So just match it up size-wise as best you can. Doesn't have to be perfect. Nothing I do has to be perfect, as you well have known. Okay, so there's that one. Okay, and then the last one is the red. Okay, match it up as best you can. Give it a little pat. One of those cookies, you know, they're not hard, it's just, it takes a lot of time, mostly because you got to chill it. A lot of it has to be chilled. So, you find something else to do. I had lunch in between one of our chilling times. I've been trying to get some of my Christmas decorating finished so I can get my boxes put away. Or you can just sit and chill and do nothing. Okay. I'll get that one later. Okay, so here you are. All 3 layers. And you want to go with what looks like the longest. And you're going to start to peel it up. See what I did? And then just start to roll it. Don't go too fast. And just roll, roll, roll. See? Okay. Woohoo! There you go. Okay. I just sort of rub this a little bit and get it to stick. Okay. Now, you're going to let it chill because right now it's too soft to cut since you've been handling it. You want to let it chill for 30 minutes to an hour. I'm going to try to finish some more Christmas shopping. So, see you in a little bit. Okay, got my Christmas decorations all done while I was waiting. Now you want to unwrap it. And you're going to use a sharp knife, a serrated knife, or I have this. This is ancient. It's some kind of chopper. I don't know what it was used for, but it's a Samson stainless. It's very, very old. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to, first of all, just cut off the very end because it's sort of worth nothing, but I save it. And I'll cut off both ends, and I'll make a little, I just mush it together, and that's my taste cookie. I put mine on parchment paper. Okay, you want to cut them 1/4 inch. Okay, so you take them and just place them on your cookie sheet. Didn't roll that very well. It's got a little hole in it, but it's still fine. They're not perfect. And you want to place them 1 to 2 inches apart on the pan. Let's scoot our pan over. Okay. So you just want to keep doing it till you get one pan filled. Preheat your oven to 350. You're going to bake them 12 to 15 minutes. I do mine at 13 minutes and they're perfect. You don't want them to get real brown because they're thin. So you just want to get them, you know, where they're firm enough. 13 minutes, that's good. Okay, see how nice these are? They get nicer as it goes along, of course. But you can get, let me see, about 18 on a pan. You get about 3½ dozen with this recipe. Okay, there's my first pan of them. So I'm going to put them in the oven at 350 for 13 minutes. And then I'm going to finish up, in the meantime, I'm going to wrap this back up and put it in the refrigerator so that it stays firm. So finish up all your cookies and we'll be back when they're all done. Okay, the cookies are all done. Don't they look pretty? They're just such vivid colors. That's why I like to put a lot of the food coloring in mine. And did you know today was National Cookie Day? Hence the cookies. Enjoy your day. Enjoy the cookies. Please, everybody, be careful. Still, social distance, wear your mask. You know, we're getting a little tired of this, but light at the end of the tunnel. It is going to get better at some point. So again, be careful, and everybody, God bless America.